Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, I am Ravina Bhaskaran. I am an author, illustrator and publisher. And today we have something really exciting on our art desk. If you have followed me on my Instagram, you would have known that I got this Derwent Inktense recently. We are diving into the world of intense, vibrant color with the Derwent Inktense Pencils 72 set. These aren't your ordinary color pencils. They are water-soluble pencils that can transform into a vivid ink-like effect once it's activated with water. Stick around as we explore what makes these pencils a fantastic tool for your artistic projects. Okay, here we have a beautiful 72 set that it comes in a metal tin box as usual, and let's open it. Okay, it has detachable lid so that this won't be disturbing to you. Inside this you have two trays in 72 set. The tray is very flimsy, as you can see. It will wobble. It's not a sturdy. Also, it don't have any foam sheet behind each tray. So the tray is very flimsy, also very cheap plastic. I hope you can see now. The first tray has yellows, orange, red, pink, moving towards some purple and teal, and then towards green and earth tones, grey, and that's all. These are the 72 colors. I recently picked this up from Sitaram Stationeries. They were running a Navratri sale last week and I managed to snag this set at a huge discount of 45%. I paid only 4,700-ish something INR. I'll put the exact amount in the somewhere over the screen. This isn't the largest set in the Inktense range. They have 100 pencil in their bigger set, but unfortunately it's not available in India. I don't know why. I don't know the reason. Most of the Derwent range don't have the bigger set in India. I don't know. If anyone know the answer, please comment me below, because I want to know why it's not available. Getting this set of Inktense pencil is another check off on my bucket list. I'm so glad I found Sitaram Stationery, and especially with such a great deal, I got these pencils. Now let's grab the pencil and see how it looks. It has a dark blue, royal blue barrel. The pencil feels very cheap. Yeah, it's actually cheap. It has no weight, weightless, and these blue paint, it feels like it will come away very soon. Also here the wood, it feels like it's a cheap pencil. I don't know whether watercolor pencils will have such kind of wood or not. I don't know. But the pencil feels cheap. Let me take my other Derwent range pencils and let's see that one also for comparison. These two pencils are, this one is Derwent Light Fast and this is Derwent Drawing. The pencil feels heavy and not heavy, I would say. It feels like a good quality wood. And see here the wood is smooth and it feels like it's a good quality. But here, let's pick up one pencil. I feel like the wood is very cheap and it has no weight at all. Also this blue color, I think in one of my pencil it came off. Yeah, here. The wood is chipping already. I don't know for how long this would work. Okay, then what? They say that this Inktense pencil is permanent once they dry. It's permanent. You cannot reactivate it. Let's check that out separately in my sketchbook. Before that, I want to show you my swatch sheet. Here I made my swatch sheet. I hope you can see all the colors. Yeah, all the 72 colors. First I wrote the number and then the name, and from light to dark I swatched each color, and half of that portion I activated it with water. By seeing this only you can tell the water activated and the dry color pencil is so different. because it works that way. I'll explain you in my sketchbook very soon. I'll show you the close up. If you want open stock of this product, you can also get that in Sitaram Stationery, I guess, or else I don't know whether you can get it in Amazon. I have seen this in Sitaram Stationery. If you have a smaller set or you want to purchase any particular color for your illustration, you can note down the color and you can purchase it. I'll show the back side. You will get wide range of colors in this 72 set. As you can see, these reds and purple are a little bit lesser, I feel. After that, the blue is satisfactory. We have enough blues here, and see the greens. You have all kind of green. Since this is a water soluble pencil, you can mix any color very easily if you know about the color mixing. If you don't know about the color mixing, then you must consider getting a bigger set. I don't know what color is included there, maybe a lot of purples or something, but I definitely want to check that out. Maybe in future I may get 100 set. I'll be reviewing that. As you can see, the colors are very vibrant when dry, but they truly come alive when touched with water, creating a stunning ink-like effect. Let's dive into my sketchbook and do some testing, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. Let's get started. I have grabbed my sketchbook. Now let's try it out. For that, let's use some color, say fuchsia. I'm gonna use this color dry first, and one more swatch for water activating it. You can see now the color dip and the color on the paper is not matching. Let's activate it with water. Here's a tip: you want to have one small piece of cloth or paper towel or tissue like this. It would be so handy because you want to constantly cleaning your bristle tip so that you don't want any muddy colors. Now I'm gonna activate it water. Wow, isn't this amazing? See here, very bright and very vivid. Even now this color dip is not gonna match the swatch. I think I made sense. These are the techniques you can use in your illustration. First thing, you can use it dryly if you want to create some effect like this, because you never gonna achieve that smooth effect like you will get in your wax or oil based pencil. I have tried that, because however I tried to burnish it, it's not giving me that smooth effect. Only this water activated paint is giving that effect. This is one technique. Then what you can do is you can use your palette. I mean, in Caran d'Ache palette you will have one sided smooth palette, and back of that you will have some grainy texture palette, so that you can scratch on it and use that paint. Now I don't have that palette. I'm using it on my table and I'm scratching out the color. Now I am using my water pen to collect that color and using it. This is the another way you can use your Inktense pencil. Then what else can we do? You can directly dip the pencil tip in your water and you can try it out. For that purpose, I'm gonna drop some water out of my water pen. It's wet now. It will give a beautiful dry chalk effect. See, you can also try this out. This is also very intense. Another thing is you want to constantly squeezing out some water and clean your brush so that your color won't mix with another color. You can use it like this. Run through your pencil tip and use your colors. The more water you're gonna add, the more transparency you're gonna achieve it. Isn't it beautiful? I really love this effect. Okay, these are the ways you can work with your Derwent Inktense. Let me grab some other color and test out some other things like blendability and transparency. For that purpose, I am grabbing out this field green. I'm gonna apply very thick coat of this field green. Let's check the transparency now. This is gonna get so much crumbs. you want to dust it off. Then clean your brush, make sure nothing is there. Also make sure that the wetness is very minimum. Use only very minimum water. You can also use your normal brush and dip it in water. Make sure to smear it once or twice in your paper towel, then you take your brush to your pages. Okay, now I am gonna use it. Look at the transparency, it's so good, right? Also the gradient is so nice. Then what else can we test? Let's test the color mixing. For that purpose, let's take one yellow. What yellow is this? Golden yellow. Let's mix this with one blue. This is sea blue. Wow, in dry pencil only we got that green color. We achieved that green color in no time. Now let's apply our water. I made sure the brush is clean. Now I am gonna blend it. Isn't this amazing? It has endless possibility. You can create whatever you want. Yeah, I like the blendability. It takes a very less time. You can use these technique for your background, coloring book backgrounds or any illustration background. It will be very quick. And for having a detailed illustration, consider using this technique, applying some water on the tip, grab that paint and use very precisely on your illustration. This will be very helpful for that detailing effect. Then what else can I tell? Let's grab this red oxide color. Next thing is always work from light to dark shade. Now I'm using this red oxide color. I'm minimizing the pressure down here. Here I am using more pressure. I'll create one more swatch here so that I can show you the difference. If I work from dark to light, see, I'm working from dark color to light color. It almost feels like the same color. Also make sure you don't go over it if you want to achieve that gradient effect. Now see, I'm going from lighter shade slightly. I am mixing on the go. I'm mixing on the go. I don't come down again. I am going up and mixing. Now I'm slightly coming down to mix these color. Again, I'm cleaning the brush, taking off that vibrancy. You want to work on this immediately because this is permanent, right? They say like that. Let's check that out. Once these swatches are dried, let's check that out. Now look at the transparency. It don't feel like it immediately goes into that color. When you apply even more light colors, you can achieve it brilliantly. Yeah, this is what I want. Look at this, from light to dark. You can work like this. One more example I'll show you. I'll pick one light color and one dark color. I missed out that part. My phone died. Now I'm showing you again. I am using some light color like red violet, and I am using one darker shade like lagoon. I'm gonna mix these two. I'm moving from lighter shade to darker shade. If you want to mix these two, work very immediately and mix it. Always consider going from light to dark so that it won't be a abrupt change. Now I am doing it from light to dark. On the go, you want to mix that color. If you want to go from down to up again, quickly clean your brush and again do it once again. I think I made sense here. If you are coloring any of your elements, say like a leaf, something like this in your coloring book, if you're going to use your light color, say this is light green, what green, spring green, and let's use some dark green like onion green. I am applying enough layering and cleaning my brush here, working from the lighter shade and taking up to the darker shade, and stop it here. If you want to mix, do it immediately before it dries out. Now this leaf, from light to dark. Don't again come with the same dirty brush. Clean it and come and mix it. This is the trick. I think this works pretty good. Now my swatches are dried. Let's check out the permanency. Before that, let's check one more thing, that is color lifting property, like you will do in your watercolor. If you don't know color lifting thing, I'll tell you now. I am gonna activate it. In watercolor, if you want to create some effect or if you want to correct some mistake, you will grab one paper towel and you will lift off the color like this. It's not that liftable, I would say, because in watercolor you will almost lift out the color entirely. Maybe we want to use some, let's try it out in light layering. Say like this. I am gonna clean my brush. I'll activate it. Now immediately let's lift it. Okay, it's not like watercolor, but it is lifting to some extent when it is very light layering. When you are going for a dark, you cannot lift it and get that effect you will get in a watercolor. Okay, now let's move on to our permanency test. This is the first water activated swatch. It's been very long time. It's completely dried. Now let's test this out. No, it's not completely permanent. As you can see, it still is getting this colors out, but what I can say is the edges are still concealed. The edges are still vibrant. You cannot change that, I guess. I mean, they are saying that only. I mean, you cannot reactivate it to some extent. In watercolor, sometimes what you will get is when you apply one lighter layer underneath and when you apply another layer on top of it, there is a chance you will mix that underlying layer and you will get a muddy color. If you don't know the color theory properly, you will definitely have that issue. Let's try that out here. Let me use some color maybe here. I want to wait this. Okay, this swatch is already dried, this green one. I am gonna use my red oxide on top of it. Say like I am using some kind of oval shape on top of my illustration. Now I am gonna activate it. See, the colors are not muddy. You didn't activate that below green layer that much. You have activated this red oxide part only, so it is useful for that only, but it is not completely permanent. Also this one and this one, it's not completely permanent. I hope you can see some pink color is coming out, but that outline is not going anywhere. Like you would do it in gouache or watercolor, you cannot reactivate it, or if you want to correct some mistakes, you cannot do that here. If you want to come later and work on your illustration, it's not gonna work. It may be a pro and con. It depends upon on your illustration condition. And another thing I want to mention here is the longer you let it dry, the more permanent it's gonna be. I mean, the semi-permanent it's gonna be. What I say is, when you activate it with water and immediately you're gonna come after a few seconds, you can activate it to some extent. See, you can activate it to some extent. If you let it dry for say like a minute, it will be somewhat difficult to activate it. Now that colors are coming very light because it took very long to dry, and I left it for several minutes. Now I'm activating it. It's getting only little bit of color outside. I think they are saying that only it is semi permanent, and also it depends on your drying time. You should not go immediately and work on it and say it is not permanent. It is getting that permanency effect, and you want to leave it to dry for several minutes. I won't say that you will leave it for a day, and when you activate it, it's not gonna come out. I'm not saying like that. It's not gonna be a permanent like acrylic paint. Somehow it's gonna come out. The dye is gonna come out. It's gonna smudge when you reactivate it with water. I hope you understand. I think I have covered everything here. Another thing is, if you are gonna use this pencil like your dry color pencil, the pencil will be chalky and you cannot get that smooth finish when you are burnishing using your other oil based or wax based pencil. You cannot get that effect. I tried a lot, but I'm not getting it. If any of you can get that, let me know how you are achieving it. Since this is a watercolor pencil, I think it's not meant for that. I cannot achieve that smooth gradient, I mean that smoothness. Whatever I do, it is becoming chalky, and you'll get a lot of crumbles. You want to dust that out. See here, the color is chalky, and you cannot go smooth after this. Once you activate with water, then everything feels very smooth. This pencil is made for that. So if you are doing a very smooth kind of art, then don't prefer doing it in dry condition. Don't use it in as a dry pencils. Okay, always activate it with water and take that chalky effect, dilute it with water and blend it like a pro. See, okay, I think I have covered everything. Let's sort out the pros and cons from here, and I'll close this video. Let's talk about the pros first. The first thing I want to mention is it has wide color range. This pencil comes with almost all the shade you could need, and by mixing them you can create countless more. It has 72 colors, right? Like you are mixing your watercolor, you can also create number of shades. You won't feel like anything is missing. And then the next pro is vibrancy and smooth. The pencils are very smooth and vibrant when activated with water, making them really joy to use. Next one is affordability. They are quite affordable, especially if you get them during a discount sale period, like I have purchased it. As I say, always consider buying your professional quality pencil at the year end, so you will get a lot of discounts going around in that period, like Black Friday sale or your Navratri sale, something like that. Always consider buying it in a discount. For professional quality pencil, they are well priced compared to other brands. For 4,000 to 5,000 rupees, it's very good. It's affordable actually. Then the next pro is the permanent quality. Not completely permanent, I would say it is a semi-permanent quality. As I have shown previously, these pencils are permanent to some extent. You can expect that under layer won't reactivate much as you are working on your upper layer. Now it took really long time. Now let's see whether it's activating or not. Even now it is activating. I'll clean my brush once again. I am trying it out at different time. I don't know why they claim this as permanent. It's not that permanent. Maybe try out this green color. Yeah, as I say, this is semi-permanent. It is permanent to some extent. Then what can I tell? In the pro, the versatility. You can use it on your canvas, textile fabrics. They have claimed that, but I haven't personally tried this. It sounds promising, but since they aren't completely permanent and it may release some colors even when they dry, I'm hesitant to try them out on fabric. If any of you have tried it and you achieved any result, I'd love to hear about your experience in my comments. Comment me below if you have tried those things. And that's all about the pros. you have a very good sturdy metal tin. Actually, it's sleek in design, and it's good. The lid is removable. It won't be disturbing for you if you want to display your color pencils and use it in your coloring illustration. One more thing I forgot to mention in the pros, that Derwent Inktense Pencil Light Fasteners. I read it on their website that 87% of their range is light fast. They are not sure about that. I'm just reading from their website. 87% of the range is light fast. However, once water is added, light fastness rating will be different depending on how much each color is diluted. If you are looking to keep your intense art for as long as possible, we advise you keep your artwork out of direct sunlight. This is the statement they say in terms of light fastness, so definitely we have to consider that. Let's move on to the cons now. Con, first thing first, the tray quality is very cheap. It's so flimsy. If you are also clumsy, consider getting one good pencil pouch and store it in different way. These flimsy tray are not gonna work. Then what? Limited reworkability, I would say, because if you are expecting a watercolor like reworkability, then this pencil is not for you. Once the paint is dry, it's tough to make the corrections, or even if you want to change something, you cannot do it. Then it's challenging for beginners. The learning curve is steep for beginners due to the unpredictable color shift when water is added. You may never know how much layer should I put this color pencil, how dark should I apply this color pencil, and how much water should I use in this. The color intensifies significantly when the water is applied. You want to master it and you want to learn that technique. Even if you are a beginner, it will be difficult. I will say even an experienced artist or colorist in any other medium will also have the same difficultness in this color mixing and achieving the color that we want to have in our illustration. It's so difficult to figure that out. We want to master it somehow and use that pencil. Then I would say it won't work like a dry color pencil. Even if you burnish very properly, you cannot achieve that smooth effect without that behind paper texture showing through. You cannot go smooth. It will be like this only. Even if you burnish very hard also, it's not gonna be a very smooth one. So that is another con. I haven't tried any other watercolor pencil or aquarelle pencil before. This is my first professional set, I would say. I have used Dom's kind of water pencil, which I have uploaded previously. You would have seen that video. If you haven't seen that, you can go check that out. I'll link that in I button that is popping right up. Then what other difficulties we have in the set? The set availability, actually, it's not available in India that much. I mean, that full set 100 pencil set is not available in India. I mean, you can get the smaller set until this 72 set. You cannot get that 100 set. I would love to get that set in future. I may get that and I'll show you. Then the texture and the material quality, the pencil can feel very dry and chalky. Also, the barrel quality is also very cheap. Then I want to mention that this color dip is also not matching. It's obvious, right? It won't match. How much pressure you want to use and how much water you want to use, it's unknown to achieve the exact shade. Whether you want to put pressure like this to achieve the shade, or you want to water activate this to achieve this shade, definitely it's not matching, right? I mean, the dry pencil was near to this dip color, but not this water activated. I don't know whether you can see the difference in camera. You may feel like both are same, but in real life I can feel the difference. You never know the color dip matching. You can have it as a reference, that's all. Also, you can have this swatch sheet as a reference, that's all. I think having a swatch sheet will be a very useful thing for your coloring projects. If you want a swatch sheet, I can give it for you. Maybe I can upload it in my website. If you want this, shoot me in the comments. I can upload it. Then what else can I tell about? Let's talk about the tips for using these pencils on your coloring book. A little water is more than enough. Always make sure you have a paper towel nearby. Before applying the brush to your paper, dab it or smear it on your tissue paper to ensure it's only moist, similar to how you would use your markers, because our coloring books are not meant for wet mediums, right? But you can use these intense pencil as long as you limit the water usage. If your coloring books has thicker pages, very quality pages, then you can experiment with more water and different effects like transparency and everything, but consider using a very little water. Also, the working order, always work from light to dark color as I have shown you. um, it helps in managing the intensity and blending of the colors effectively. Then I would say always test out your colors. Always have a loose sheet nearby to test out the color mixing and effects of the water before you apply them on your actual project page. I think I pretty much covered everything. Oh, wow. One thing I forgot to mention, that these 72 colors, you will get one outliner pencil. So this is actually 71 colors only. What this outliner pencil is, it is not water activate. What you will say, this is not a watercolor pencil, this is not an ink pencil, this is a normal your graphite pencil, I would say. It's like a, it's used for outlining purpose of your illustration. It's like your B range pencil, which is very soft, and it feels like a graphite pencil. I think this is a graphite pencil. I haven't researched it. I think this is a graphite pencil, like the B range pencil, which will be very bold and very smooth. It's not that hard. It's very, very, very smooth. That thing I forgot to mention. Okay, let's wrap up. Let's talk about the conclusion. Compared to other water soluble pencil, the Inktense pencil hold their color richness and vibrancy and don't dilute as much and retaining their vibrancy even when it is dry. This makes them quite unique. I am looking forward to use this on my coloring books very soon. I hope this product will bring my coloring to the next level. To wrap up, the Derwent Inktense pencil is an excellent choice for anyone looking to add that dramatic flair or intensity to their art. If you enjoyed this review and found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. If you are a silent watcher, I really, really, really appreciate you, and thank you so much for joining me today and watching this entire video, and you have come to this end. Follow me on my social media at Coloring Ravina if you want to see coloring related content, or follow me at Ravina Design House if you want to see my illustration face. Okay, until next time, keep coloring and exploring new ways to express your artistic version. Bye bye.